Hi there, and welcome to my local woods. Just out for a morning walk. I want to talk about something that has been on my mind for a while, and it's about inheritance, or rather the lack of inheritance. And this will be one of my, let's call them midweek unedited videos. I hope you appreciate that. So it used to be like this, okay? You work, you establish yourself with a family and kids and so on, and you buy a house, you know. So part of your life is paying down a mortgage on the house. Eventually you own the house, and the property, the value of the property will increase. And when you die, your kids inherit the house. So you leave something for your kids. And that is something I find very important. It's been a goal in my life to do that. I have been very fortunate and hardworking, so I have been able to do that, and I'm not dead yet. So, as you can see, so I have been able to help my kids before I pass on or go to Valhalla, hopefully. So I mean, it's an essential concept in this society, this civilization that we are living in, okay? Inheritance. You leave something for your children to make their lives better, right? Here's the thing. We're losing that concept. It seems to be dying out. It seems like I'm Gen X, and it seems like I'm the last generation who will be able to do that. I'm part of the last generation being able to do that. And the boomers, my parents' generation, you could say, well, actually some say that those are the last generation who inherited something from their parents, and now they are, lots of older people now, they are busy spending everything they have, and they will take up a mortgage in their old age. Actually, it's not uncommon, so that they can go on holidays, they can live beyond their means, so to speak. And when they die, you inherit their house, but also a big mortgage. So the bank takes the house. You have to sell the house to pay the mortgage, right? So you're left with maybe something, but not enough to buy a house. And I think it's getting worse and worse and worse. And we are looking at a younger generation now, which will be a generation of lifelong renters. They will probably not be able to build up wealth to pass on to their children. It will be impossible, because they themselves will not have the means to buy a property or anything, or you know, doesn't need to have to be, excuse me, it's very cold today. It doesn't need to be a property, but something that has value, and a value that will increase as the years go on, right? You get what I'm trying to say here. Why is it like that? Why is it that we now have a society where we don't own anything? We're not supposed to own anything. Young people now, it's almost impossible for them to get into the property market. they, they don't even, they've given up. They don't aspire to become homeowners anymore, because it's so difficult, nearly impossible financially. Now, of course, we all know the slogan from the World Economic Forum: you will own nothing and you will be happy, or else. I don't think that a life where you don't own anything is necessarily a happy life. It could be if we lived as hunter-gatherers and just roamed the wilderness as nomads. But that's not what we're talking about, of course. We're talking about living in a flat in a city. So you're basically living in a small box, and that's your life. We're being, you know what, this is just part of the whole deal. It's not a good deal for us. It's not a good deal at all. We're being... These big corporations, they will own all the houses and the flats and buildings and the cars and everything that has value, you know. And we will be renting. That's their goal, right? Well, we need to look back in history to understand what's going on, because there's nothing new with this. We have been in, you know, there have been times before when people were basically not allowed to own anything, and I've called it feudalism 2.0. It's a new version of feudalism, where people will be basically serfs, S-E-R-Fs, not surfers on the waves, but serfs. So you're not a slave, but also you're not able to own anything. It's the rich people, the people in power, they will own everything. We need to fight this. I'm trying to say that with a smile on my face. We need to fight this. But I'm bitter. Why would I not be? You know? And you know what? So should you be. You know? Let's not pretend that this is okay. And we need to get out of that system. And I believe that the whole system is rigged against us. It's becoming more and more obvious. So how do we get out of the system? Well, actually, you need to move probably into an area where nobody wants to live. Where do you get work? You know, well, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have to live a very, very different life, growing your own food if you can. Is it going to be easy? No. It's probably going to be very difficult, and not everyone will succeed. But we have to try. We have to do something. And I'm 52 years old now, and I've lived most of my life already. And I was fortunate because I was brought up in a... Well, I wasn't brought up. Gen X people, we were not brought up at all, you know, we just grew up. But it was much more free, we had freedom. So I remember that time, and I can tell you, if you're a younger person, it was very different, very different. Of course, not everything was better, but we had more freedom. And we are moving now, and it's going very fast towards a society with very little freedom. snap out of it. Please try to look at the world with objectivity. Are you happy? If not, what can you do to make things better? Try to look into your near and more distant future. How do you want that future to look? What do you need to do to get there? What do you need to do to get into that position where you will be happy? I can guarantee that the future that certain people in positions of power, the plans they have for you does not involve you being happy. They want you to own nothing, have no freedom, and your happiness will come through in the form of pills or something like that. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please consider these things, and yeah, we'll talk soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.